Yo, hello. Welcome everybody. Quick sound check. Hopefully everything sounds decent. I'm going to pull up chat on my phone because it's obviously going to be taking up a bunch of space on my real estate of a single screen. Oh, but yeah, welcome everybody. It's Monday and it's been a hell of a week. My cousin's funeral was Saturday and that was something, but I'm currently at my grandmother's house now. I'll be here probably for the next 10 days or so, and I'll be doing some production, of course, every day and doing cool stuff. But I think that I'm going to try to uh, just play with some cool sounds and hopefully get some chill beats started. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to do like a full production thing while I'm here, just because I have headphones and I don't really want to how do you say, I don't really want to try to take this too serious at the moment. But I will say that I can just kind of chill and have a good time. Hi, Wiggles. Oh, dope. Okay. So I do need to keep this going. But how do I do this? All right, hold on one second, because I'm getting sound both through my phone and my computer. So I need to do that. Hey, Peyton, you guys coming over later? Tell your mom I want to see you guys, so come by if you can. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Oh, shit. Okay. Fuck it, leave it. Alright, so we've got a blank canvas. I've been messing around with some super secret faceplant stuff that I cannot talk about, but I'm very excited for when that comes off. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to make some drums and make some bass soundy thingies and try to have a good time. If anybody has any questions along the way, then please feel free to ask, but let's go ahead and have some funsies. I got chat right here. Let me make sure that this is on live chat. Okay, it is. All right, dope. I wanted to today, but we're gonna put down. I know. I told your mom that I would go with you. Hey, Aerofoil. Hey, Johns. Wait, it's Monday. I think it's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. I'm not crazy. Hey, dude. I'm okay. Just one day at a time. Now, is this big enough? That's what she said. Is the layout of all this stuff okay? Can you all hear me all right? And then let's check for sound. I think I did a sound check before, but... Oh, okay, hold on one second. This is supposed to be in my earpods, so that way you guys don't hear this coming out. Sounds fine. Okay, so I just switched that over to my earpods. Yeah, we're still getting sound. All right, dope. What have I got in store? So I've been listening to a lot of Saruda lately, and I kind of just want to make something like nice and chill, kind of like that, and have some fun. So I think we're gonna start with some drums. I'm gonna make a kick and kind of like a nice, easygoing clap or snare or something, and try to just get a vibe going. Nothing crazy. I'm also happy to take questions, as you all know, if you all have anything, but it's not going to be anything too crazy. Nice and chill, like liquid halftime? Liquid halftime. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Liquid halftime. It's liquid, but it's time. Halftime. Maybe so. Never been done. I think it's certainly been done. It's just probably not categorized as that kind of... It's probably not labeled like that. I think that really I want to get out of the name halftime and get into something totally different. Or not get into something totally different. And hold on, let me back up. I want to abandon the term halftime, because I think it's stupid. And it's not stupid, it just doesn't describe the kind of music, because halftime can be anything. right? And even then, it's kind of oxymoronic because you could be playing 85 BPM at double time and it's still drum and bass. So like it's there's zero indication about what kind of music the term halftime describes. Where I like uh, I like what some people have been tossing around lately, which is like future beats, which I think is a lot more descriptive because it kind of goes to show that it's like it still beats, but it still has like a modern taste. So you can expect some kind of modernity to it. And it's just labels, and who cares anyways, right? But it's really hard to describe. Like when people ask me like what kind of music I make, I'm like, you kind of just have to hear it. And drum step isn't stupid, yeah, but drum step still has, it doesn't have any it doesn't have any hip hop in it. It's dubstep but faster, right? So when you have the term step, you are usually implying that it has that same kick snare pattern. So but just at a different or at a faster speed. So yeah, I don't know. I think drum step is fine, but it's not really all that interesting to me. And I think that it implies that it's more from dubstep roots than anything else. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't know, it doesn't really describe. I don't know, man, everyone putting future in a new genre these days seems a little bit overdone. I think it's fine. It's like way back when people started putting new before everything. Like neuro bass. I think actually the E comes first. Yeah. But that is funny. I mean, really at the end of the day, like it is just beats. So how do you put a label on beats that's a little bit different than, you know, whatever it is that you're used to listening to, I guess. Nah, like new disco, new metal. All right, well, what about neo beats? That sounds kind of cool. Like neoclassical. That's kind of cool. I think instead of trying to put it in a box, it's better just let it be part of your identity as an artist. I mean, possibly, but that sounds really nice. At least it does in these headphones. I'm a little bit worried, and I don't trust them because they're just really small, so they don't have any like sub or bass in them. Oh no, okay, yeah, those are good. That's good. I can tell by the shape. I'm gonna have to Google new disco. Well, that's good. I mean, you might learn something. Hey, Steels, how are you, bro? Oh, by the way, guys, I don't know if you all knew this or not, but Frequent was just streaming. Sorry, you're over here. But Frequent was just streaming, and I'm trying to help him get monetized. So if you guys can, like, go check out his videos. Let me, if you just type in @Frequent. Yeah, so if you just literally type that in the search bar, or you go to YouTube/Frequent, he should pop up. But he was on the channel last week, 2 weeks ago now. Sorry, it's total blur. And yeah, he's a super cool guy, and he's getting more into teaching and like really pushing the education aspect of like the abstract of like the hard questions. So plus he makes really cool music if you didn't already know who he was, and you should know who he is. So Tyler Towns. Who's Tyler Towns? What are you talking about, bro? That sounds great. Nice and squarey. At least I think it does. It sounds good on these headphones. Let me take a look at what's happening on here because what region is that? Alright, let's take 3K and just grab a side, mid side. Just make this a little bit brighter. Alright. Popping. Slight coughing. Slight cough sound to it. What? Do what? I'm gonna come in here and we're gonna record some stuff into this so I can make some cool layers. Just logged on and heard the snare. Is this a good way? Is this a good snare to put convolution on? Absolutely. I'm not going to make this. I wanted that one to be kind of just dry, and then I'm going to put some other stuff on here in a second that's going to hopefully do some other cool shit. So I'm gonna have like multiple snares and whatnot, but we're gonna do some quick recording. Not bad. How are you guys? How is everything? I apologize if if the background is, if there's a lot of room in here. It's pretty quiet. It's not too bad, but yeah. Sometimes there can be an echo or whatever. Am I good? Why do you ask? Oh, well, you guys didn't answer. I'm on live chat. Did I miss something? Yeah, nobody answered. Nobody said you're good. Okay. Yeah, I'm good, bro. It's been a really hard week from, as you all know, whatever was going on, but that's kind of nice. Now I'm going to try to blend the original signal in just a tad. maybe not. Okay. Let's toss a limiter on here. What's that thing they did with 80s drums? Heavy reverb and compression. Would that work on a finger snap? Phil Collins. It's a reverb gate. So what you do is you have a really large, at least I think that's what you're talking about. There's a few different ways to do this, but you could do something like this. It's got a really high threshold. But that's what that would be. So I don't particularly like it for this sound, but I think it's okay. I just wanted to give it just a little bit of, maybe I'll even do that, just a little bit of wideness, because that snare is pretty, it has some stereo information in it, but it's pretty mono. But with this little rack that I have, anything that we do that's percussive, we can kind of toss into, this rack and just do the things and make it wide. Probably make this relatively short. Ooh, that sounds nice. Okay. Nope, shit. That way that sounds a little bit more natural to me, so. Dope. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a clap. This might be loud. That didn't record. Toward the microphone. So now I'm going to go into faceplant, and I'm going to take all of these, cut them up. I only recently started doing this, but it's been really effective at creating cool sounds. Okay. So now what I can do is one, I think 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can kind of move these and delay them to pretty much create multiple samples from these. And I'm thinking that I don't really know if I'm gonna that doesn't sound too bad. I suppose I should just pick a note. Okay. So now that we have this, I'm going to make an actual fundamental layer here. Hey Jazz, glad I made it home safe. I'm not home yet. I'm not going to be home for another 10 days or so. But thank you. Hey Arkin, how are you, dude? Okay, sorry, just making sure that I'm caught up with chat. What is going on here? So this is how you make a clap layer. And you set this here. Turn this down. Yo, much love, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. That sounds good. I like that it has like a nice natural like smear to it. I'll probably leave the size where it is, but turn these on. I do want this to be just a little bit brighter, so I might add just another touch of noise over this. That's very quiet. Do I have a pitch shift? I don't usually pitch shift, but I do frequency shift them quite a bit. I like frequency shifting because, well, whenever you pitch something, it doubles the frequency of whatever it is that you have. But in turn, it almost like, it's weird because it almost overdoes it. Whereas if you were to just move the frequency range up like that, then you get better results. I'm trying to remember what video I watched that does that, but I think that it's a much better way to do this. I don't even know if this sounds good right now or not, so if this sounds like hot garbage, then please feel free to let me know. But again, this is what I'm using for sound, so I'm doing what I can. But yeah, something like that on this would be... I think this is okay. Hey, little Dave. Okay, so uh, cool. Oops. Okay. All right, now let's do a kick. And all these other things here, we can maybe label these as like white or something. But I think that for the most part, we've got some decent drums to work with. I look different? What do you mean? I haven't really. I will say I've gotten maybe like 6 hours of sleep the past week. Before last night, I slept almost all day today because it's 5 o'clock here in the Midwest. That's where I'm at. But tired, done. Same Alckemy, probably just in different light. Yeah, I always look tired. It's because I am always tired. But yeah, someone died in my family this last Friday. Not last Friday, but the Friday before last. And this has kind of been one of those grieving things, if you know what I mean. And I just got back to. I was in Arkansas yesterday, and we drove in and was spending some time there with the family and stuff. But now we're kind of just dealing with the aftermath and the in between. Hey, it's all good, dude. Thank you. That's how it be, you know. So maybe that's what's on my face, but don't worry, it's just my face. Glad you're hanging in there. No easy way to deal with that type of thing. Well, I mean, shit, you know, it's like I gotta work. This is what I do for work. And I want to be live. Alright, I'm doing something wrong because that should have. Interesting. That's what I did wrong. There we go. I was like, what the fuck? An example of why I apologize and I'm sorry is not the same. Yeah, I'd say you look quite beautiful. You got that angel glow. What up, big dog? Hey, thank you. Where do I start with neuro-based design? Is there a online course I'd recommend? Well, brother, quite a bit. My channel is dedicated to neurobase, and if you are wanting to learn from me, then I've got a comprehensive guide to neurobase 1, 2, and 3 public on this channel. And then the fourth, the most recent one, or the most up-to-date, is a masterclass for Arcana members on my site, or sorry, on my YouTube channel. So you just go to join membership or whatever. I do a neurobase every day on stream, if not several. I will say I could lead you to just about anybody that you want to know about to their channel. So if you want to learn about neurobase from Frequent, then I can point you to him. If you wanted to learn it from Cohen Sound has a Patreon. Noisia has a Patreon. Chi has a masterclass. Uh, yeah, yeah. Or you could just ask questions in the chat. So yeah, once you go neuro, you never go back. I mean, it teaches you so much about sound design, and it really is one of those things that. Sorry, my leg is not cooperating. Ah, there we go. Yeah, like it teaches you so much about sound design that it helps you kind of figure out the other mysteries that you might be lying ahead. It's fine. Am I wrong for not liking Noisia? No, I mean you could like what you like, um, but I think that it's important to note and respect what they did for the electronic scene, because you can't really argue that they didn't like push the electronic scene and the heavy scene in an incredible way. But at the same time, I guarantee there's at least one Noisia song that you like, that you will like. I'm willing to bet money that there is at least one Noisia tune that you would be like, man, that's really good. I don't like their persona because of a TED Talk they did. Yeah, Nick's TED Talk. But that was a different time as well. You know, like they've grown a lot, and like you have to realize that teaching this stuff is not easy. You know, I would say like I try to be very eloquent with the way that I describe how I do things, but even then, sometimes communicating concepts and communicating what it is that they're doing is. And the other thing too is that that TED Talk that they did, that's what they were asked to do, you know? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They've only done one. They've only done one TED Talk, and they were talking about themselves. Yeah, but like they were asked to do that. They didn't just be like, "Hey, can we come on TED Talk and talk about self-promo?" You know what I'm saying? So like it's but but their Patreon and stuff like they've taught a lot, and and even just as a group, their contribution to the sound design and music world has affected a lot of lives and a lot of people's artistry. You know, they didn't invent 3D space by any means, but they damn sure as hell evolved it into such a prolific and well-known sound, which is interesting because the way that they do things is not like every once in a while they like I guess Nick touched on it on his Patreon, but he was like, yeah, we still do like detuned Reese's here and there, but really their main basis that they do is from the harmonic series, and that was an incredible video. Highly recommend watching it. That video was so eye-opening. Highly recommend taking a look at what that was. My channel is climbing. It's doing okay. It's doing all right. I think that I'm really lucky that I just have, you know, some people to come in and hang out with me while I make sounds. Let me see. I'm looking around to see if there's anything that I could use as a kick. Yeah. Just kidding. Almost to 16K. I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter. I'm very thankful that I have what I have, but like my channel has kind of evolved, or like kind of moved into two things, like scrunchip aluminum foil to a speaker and resampled. Yeah, of course. I mean, I haven't done necessarily aluminum, but what was it? Last week we did a wrapper of something. and use that as a layer. But yeah, I like to use like real physical objects with electronic objects. So we've got our kick here. That's already nice and beefy. But now through adding, you know, something like this, we can get an extra like layer of physicality to it, which is really nice sometimes. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Let's do like 24. And you can see here that we're running into some phase cancellation. So I'm going to try to see if yeah, that gives it just a little bit more texture on the top. Have I ever, oh, sorry, I was reading chat again, or reading the same thing from chat. Sometimes I read the same thing twice. Sorry. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to just capture the, shit. Shit. Okay. I don't know if that's the behavior of Bitwig or if that's the behavior of Faceplant, but I would like there to be a thing to where like that stuff stays on. Hey Zane, how are you, dude? Yo. I'm glad you came in because I just wanted to tell you, like, thank you for how supportive you've been through this whole process, bro. It means a lot to me that you've been reaching out and stuff, and I will never forget that. I hope you know that. Thank you so much. Considering approaching a soft synth to focus on for neurobase, what comes with it? Where do I go? No, it doesn't really matter. I mean, what does matter is understanding a relationship between filtering and distortion, I'd say. Because that's what, like, honestly, like, filtering a really chunky sound is what kind of gives you, and where you filter on the frequency range is what gives you, like, the most recognizable stuff. Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of, not really. But you can use anything. I've made neurobase in just about every single synth. Hell, I've made neurobase on the MPC just using their FM synth. I would say if you don't want to spend any money, grab Vital. If you want to spend money, like an in-between, then yeah, I'd still get Vital. If you're ready to take the plunge into like professional, you know, or I don't even like saying that, but if you want to like have your possibilities open up exponentially, then I would offer Faceplant as your go-to. But the thing with Faceplant is like on this channel, you'll realize that I use it for everything, and I'm starting to like be labeled as a shill, but it's okay because I can at least say like, and you've seen me on the channel, like I've done everything with Faceplant. Chords, basses, drums, pads, you know, experimental sound design, Faceplant. And if you don't want to do that, then you can just, you know, check out what DAW you're using and then just, you know, pull up whatever subtractive synth you want to use. It's really easy to get stuff going. I'll show you in just a second. Let me finish up this kick, and then we'll continue along. So yeah, anyways, what I was doing was I had a mid-side layer and it was being kind of low-key cantankerous, so we're going to see what other options we have. Now faceplant looks seriously capable. It honestly, it's the best synth on the market. It's about to get better. If anybody is part of the beta, I can't say anything because I'm under an NDA, but it's about to get sick. It is about to get incredible. I can't, that's all I can say though. I'm sorry. No, it's about to get even better. Like, yeah. I don't like how it looks. I think it looks like a toy, but I can't deny its capabilities. Well, isn't that a good thing? Because if it looks like a toy, it would be something that looks like you want to play with it, right? What is music? You don't work music, you play music, right? So I guess philosophically, I don't know, I don't see why that's a bad thing. Cool. All right, so that's got a little bit of, just a little bit of layer on top of it. But it looks like a cheap toy. I don't know. I don't see it, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And just because it's what I use on this channel, like I don't expect people to like, this isn't a cult, right? So if you have other things that you want to use or you like messing with, then that's really, there comes a point in time where like the synth stops mattering and it's more just about the spirit of and mindset that goes into processing, if that makes sense. I mean, I would be lying if I said that I can make any sound just as good that I can in faceplant in any other synth, because that's just not true, because not all synths are the same. At the same time, I can still apply so much that I've learned from this other stuff of sound design into anything that I'm doing, and that's what I've done with the MPC. Because if you think about it, the MPC has like what, 4 external effects. If you know your routing, then you can send it to an extra submix, but you can't you can't automate the effects on the submix. So you've got 4 automatable effects plus whatever is in the built-in synth, and it's like, okay, make it work. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna see if I can reverse engineer an FFT spec EQ for Bitwig. Oh, okay, yeah. Let me know if you find anything. Faceplant is friendlier than Massive X. I think so. There's a much more visual sense of navigation, and like Massive X has a bunch of tabs that kind of just, that don't really tell the whole story, whereas everything is right in front of you in faceplant. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not for everybody. I personally love it. I mean, look, I made my entire drum kit through faceplant, and I'm gonna do some basses and stuff here in a second. But I just wanted to build up some regular drum sounds and stuff to do that with. But you know, I like doing drums at the beginning anyways, because this is like where I get to engage with chat the most, where I can just be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna, you know, we're gonna hang out and just make some sounds together, and I don't really have to pay super close attention and be like super hyper focused, I guess. And I appreciate that about this stage of the stream and sound design, because usually when I get to arrangement and stuff, I really start trying to be like, I don't really think it's that necessary or that serious. Unless if I'm making something that I really like, then it's a different story. Little sharp. I need to get rid of that folder because it doesn't do anything for me. Drums from nowhere. Loop kits. One shots. What? Okay. Let's go ahead and record that quickly, and then we'll move on to musical stuff. If I, excuse me, if I really need it, then I'll bounce out some XO stuff, but I don't think that's going to be necessary for what it is that I'm doing. I am going to move some of these into this stuff though. Claps. Okay, so all of these guys can go into these guys are kind of samey, so we'll pull them in there. This one's a little different. This one's actually no. These are just different kinds of claps and stuff, so I can process those in a similar way. And then with whatever this is. Oh, that's the kick. I feel like there was something else in here. Yeah, I think it was this. Yeah, so we can kind of just use that as something a little different. And what is this? Okay. Yeah, I think the thing with Massive X, I can pull that up quickly, is that it doesn't, like, you kind of have to know it in order to be deliberate with what you're doing. But I mean, really, like, it's not a bad thing to open this up and just like start turning knobs and stuff, but like there's so many fucking knobs on here that it's overwhelming, especially to somebody that would probably not be able to see this. So like you need to know the functions of each and every one of these little labels, and there's a lot of memorization to it. It's not to say that you can't get some cool stuff, but you know, then you open up this routing tab and it's like, oh, what is all this stuff? And then you got this, like, yeah, not my favorite. If you open up phase plant, there's nothing, right? But you're like, okay, well now what? Well, you go here and then you pull one of these up and you're like, oh, what's analog? Oh, okay, cool. And then look, my effects go here. Now I just pick an effect. Oh, I've got modulators here. Now just pick one. And like, it's not all in front of your face. So you can just pull one up and be like, oh, LFO. All right. Well, let's put this on, I don't know, the spread. And then you just start adding modulation, and it tells you where the modulation is going. So it helps you track what it is that you're routing, which that's arguably not even audible, but if we were to actually, you know, but that's part of it, right? It's being like, oh, that doesn't really do anything, but okay, now you do it on this. Like, this is really easy to recreate. Like, you saw everything just happen before your eyes, and it wasn't like, you know, where do I go? You know exactly where to go. You know you need a sound, you need some effects, and you need a, you know, an LFO on it, and that's all it has to be. So when you start looking at sound design in that perspective, and like all the other clutter is moved out of the way, and you can just look at exactly what it is that you want to do, it makes it very easy for you to be deliberate with what it is that you're trying to create. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's just the reason why I like this program so much. And the other thing is, like, you can get into crazy sound design from building blocks, right? You know, so it makes it a lot easier to figure out what it is that you're trying to do or trying to go for. And then once you kind of have this understanding of what does what, it kind of comes together in a way that's like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. And it can be as deep or as simple as you want it to be. Yeah, so I think I have an audio routing problem, like, within my computer, because the audio coming through sounds great and normally achieve this high volume in my interface, so I have it much lower with your audio coming through. Let me see here. Not saying your stuff is wrong at all. No, I mean, this is coming in at max, and I believe I don't even have a limiter on this. So I'm not sure what that might be, to be honest. I think it's on my end. Mic audio is lower than my PC audio. It seems louder now. My mic is through this, so I'm not gonna turn it up. I suppose I could get closer to this. This might be a little helpful. What is this thing called? Eventide? Where's my saturator at? I'm just quiet. That's my problem. I'm very quiet. How's that? Okay, yeah, that's a little louder, I can see. Did that help the problem? I hope. What was I gonna do? I didn't mean to say there was an issue on your end. It's been fine. No, that's okay. I mean, I want you to have the best experience possible, so don't sweat it. But give me just 1 second. I'm gonna move this stuff over. Just a tad. Here we go. Now I can actually put my foot up. Get in the zone. Auto zone. How much money do I make with YouTube if I want to answer? Not very much, but enough to get by. I think the big thing is, like, I'm just really grateful and fortunate that enough people want to be in here and think that the Alckemy label, the Alckemy name in its own right is cool enough to find value and stuff to make people want to be here. There's a lot of musicians out there that are a lot better than me, but, you know. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I'm very lucky. I'm just here for the vibe. Yeah, exactly. What do I want to do with this? Kind of want to create something a little wonky. I really need to take some time to, like, study other, like, melodic sounds that I would want to use. That's kind of cool. Because it's not that I can't do them, I just usually, this is like the part where I usually go blank when it comes to designing, like, melodic kind of sounds, I guess. I should have just used the same word in the first place, but I was trying to be all fancy and say something different in the first place, but... Let's add a little bit of release to this. So now what I'm going to do is create a generator. And what I've been doing lately is having a lot of fun, like, doing Eternum style generators to melodic stuff. But it's been paying off pretty well. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I think my thing is, like, I just want to... I just want to make good music and, like, be a positive place for people. So now that we have something like that, we can start to get to work and have some fun just screwing this up. Well, I still need to improve on my tunes quite a bit, I believe, but it's gonna get there at some point. Or get to a point where, like, I'm happy with what I'm making a higher percentage of the time. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's how I feel about it. And really, as I told Frequent, I was like, yo, like, his music is so good that I think that his channel is going to blow up soon now that he's on the YouTube platform, and I'm really happy for him. And what I want for him is to, well, be successful, because his success is my success. But I think that he's going to have a much easier time making it big on the YouTube platform because he's got his music to back it up and he's a great teacher. And so for me, what I would like to do is get my music up to a point to where more people will watch all the other videos that I have that aren't just like the popular ones, because that's where they're going to find all the things that make me the artist that I am. And I don't really want to blow up per se. I just want to create a deeper sense of stability with what it is that I'm doing so I can keep doing it, if that makes sense. Well, hello there, musical friends. Much love. Hope you're doing as well. Yo, you as well, MW. Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. But, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Anyway. I mean, I want us all to blow up, you know? Wearing 6 shades and lots of cocaine. No, no cocaine for me. A buddy of mine died 2 months ago from taking cocaine, and it had fentanyl in it. So I think that's the last thing that I want to get involved with right now. I'm hoping that my friends and people can fucking stay alive. Oh, that's okay, man. I know it was in good spirits. I just there's been a lot of death lately. It's crazy. No worries, dude. Don't worry about it. Most of my graduating class from drugs, struggle for years, shooting dope. I hear you, man. It's very real. It's very real. And forgive me, dude, because I know that that was meant to be funny, and I don't think that you said anything wrong. I just Saturday, I was at a funeral for my cousin Emilio. He was 18, and I think that just from the nature and the timing of the situation that I'm dealing with right now, it's just a means of just keep it together, bro. Just fucking keep moving. To be honest, finding music got me away from it. Passion, even though it sucks, it's still fun. And that's what it's all about, That's what it's about, is trying to connect to something emotionally. I think that some people view music as an escape, but for me, I think that I'm trying to use it to open doors. I'm not trying to get away from things with music. I'm trying to find something with music. Does that make sense? That's what I care about, and that's why I like talking with people and having them on stream, and having really cool guests. And I've been so lucky to have studied under some really cool people and stuff. But to me, I'm trying to discover things on a very, for me anyways, on a very deep level. And that's why I keep doing stuff like this all the time, where I'm making sounds and constantly doing stuff from scratch and trying to find new ways and new approaches to stay inspired. I feel we've been watching your stuff now a year and a half. Has it been a year and a half? Making music has stopped being fun. How to get it back? Stop taking it so serious, I'd say. Glad I have a place like this. Life be crazy. Yeah, I hope that you all always feel welcome in this channel, and I apologize for the negativity. I know that that's what it is, but I can't help it. It's weird trying to figure out how to grieve, but also do creative stuff. If it was just a regular job, I could just be quiet and do my job, But because we're doing things that are creative and really all about life, I don't know if I would be able to be myself without talking about what's going on. But yeah, I do apologize for the recent negativity the past couple weeks. I just I'm doing my best, and I appreciate that I have an audience and some people to talk to, and hopefully kind of stir it back into positivity, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's I'm a human, you know. We are humans, and I try not to like shy away from that. You know, there is a time to be professional, but I think that it's also important that, you know, you all know that I'm a person, and yeah, I have emotions and feelings and thoughts and mistakes and stuff. Yeah, keep up the good spirit. It's good to look at it, the accomplishments too.
Recording to logbook.
Yo, thank you so much for the follow, Cantix. I really appreciate it. Some of us are robots. I mean, that's okay too. You know, everybody's welcome as long as you're not an asshole. Just don't be an asshole and we'll be fine. I think that's all I really care about is just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick and your life will be spared. Okay, I found a cool little idea. So I'm gonna map this here. There's some latency through wireless headphones, so if I'm doing stuff late, it's not only because I'm garbage, it's also because actually I'm gonna leave that there. It's also because there's a little bit of a late pattern through that. I guess something happened there. It's okay though. Just duplicate that, and then what I'm gonna do now is try to let this macro go, and we're going to start using this to build some interesting ideas, hopefully. So let me play with this for a hot sec too, because I might want to do some portal stuff with this. How do I turn on grid for 32nd 64th crazy triplets and Bitwig piano roll? So it's both on the timeline and on the grid, but there's this little guy right here, and you want to change it to adaptive, because once you do that, when you scroll in, you'll see that it will automatically adjust for you. If you want it to be just one, then you just set it to, you turn the adaptive off, and then you can set this to whatever it is that you want. Oh my god. What? That's fucking crazy. So I didn't even know that was a thing. insane. I know, right? Okay, I really like some of the textures in here, so... Fuck. No. Try that one more time. Yeah, I really like some of the textures in here, so we're going to see if anything sounds interesting. And then I'm just going to pull off of this and pretty much do the same thing, but just bounce it through whatever this is. Sick. All right, so now that we have that, we can turn this off for a bit, and I'm kind of feeling some type of square bass. With the burr. Boom, 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 boom. I know, I feel like that would be kind of cool. Dude, switch. Thank you. That sounds pretty cool. I think I'm gonna use a wavetable. This is gonna have to be fast enough that So I opened a new multipass on something and it immediately changed the tone. Yes, because you're splitting up the phase, or you're splitting up multipass, it's going to shift the phase of things. You've got some crossover. So there's a little bit of phase cancellation happening. It's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I actually use that to my advantage when I make kicks because it actually like pulls up the high end of the kick a little bit. That sounds pretty cool. It was on parallel mix channel as well, so that's probably why it was so much. A parallel mix channel? Everything in multipass is parallel, except for the post and pre. Are you talking about snap heap or are you talking about multipass? Armrest. Okay. Hold on 1 second. No, like you had a sound on one track and then routed it through another track through multipass. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. I'm off 4 hours of school. Catch up tomorrow. Thanks for everything. Yo, much love to you as well, dude. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. All right, dude. Thanks for coming in as well. Appreciate it. It's usually where everybody bounces off anyway, so. No. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it. I was just saying this is usually where most people bounce off. Hey, bro. How are you? Did you figure out your thing? been staying in Bitwig a bunch lately and focusing myself to learn. So yeah. Questions are great. Why do they leave at the best part? It really isn't the best part. This is probably the most annoying part. Like, between making the beat and getting a hook going is the most grueling aspect of production, in my opinion. It's only like once you get something like groovy and vibing that it gets good again. So what? That's weird. Is there something else on here that's... I see. Okay, there we go. Is this in percussion? No, it's not. Let's grab these and throw them into the sidechain, throw the phase plant into the sidechain as well. What the hook gonna be? I don't need a fucking hook on this beat. Isn't it good to watch and learn new ways to get to the good part? Yeah, but it's also boring. Like, it's not exciting for anybody unless if something comes together super fast. Most people were just like, eh. That's kind of cool. Zane, what's J-Bridge? I don't know what that is, bro. Are you talking about like rappers? I think so. Yo, thanks, James. Appreciate it. Like a port for 32-bit plugins. I think... correct me if I'm wrong, but... Yeah, no, it does. I think it does support 32-bit. No, it definitely does, because I have things that are VST2 in 32-bit. want to use like DTTBIK. I think it does. I'm waiting for the power to come back on. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry. So I think I'm just going to copy this. I like that. That's dope. Congrats, Muzu. A couple more minutes will be on. Is it being streamed? Maybe I can... Yeah. I just wasn't sure because you said that Muzu's thing is coming up soon as well, so... That's awesome. So I realized something, that if you have Pro Q3 and you're only using the VST3 version, I think it's a bug, but it's super prominent. You have to use the VST2 version to find the masking. I don't know what I just did, but I didn't want to do that. Some of those companies translated VST2 to VST3. Yeah, I mean, like even for Pro Q3, I usually use that, but if you do this one, this indicates that it's VSD2, but if you use 3, it doesn't work. So it's just one of those things to be mindful of. But yeah, if you have one of these on and another one, then you can look at the masking and stuff. So hi, I'm Russian. Thanks. Yeah, welcome. Just trying to see if there's anything in here that sounds cool. Actually, I think that would be kind of cool to just let it be, but have some musical type space on top. But we can turn this up just a bit and I don't know, maybe just put some delay or some like a reverb throw on it. That might be nice. Okay, dude. Thanks for coming in. Hey, Philippe. How are you, dude? I'm doing okay. Hold on one second. There's the flight. Oh. My grandmother's in the other room and she just sent me a text. So I was like, what the hell? Okay, so I got a bunch of shit now, and I don't think that I need that much during the beginning, so... He goes, ugly ass. Okay. So now that we got at least a little bit of an idea going, we can focus on making something else that could be interesting. So hey Alex, how are you, dude? I actually like that. We'll probably duplicate that as a different kind of sound. Having a little boost on YouTube? Oh, like things have been picking up for you? My voice is very quiet? What about the geese voice outside? Are those loud? Voice is fine, IMO. I have a quiet voice in general, so sometimes it just be that way. No, just, well, I have a ballpark area, but most of the time it's just knowing that certain shapes work well together. I mean, it's part of it, right? If I don't have sounds, then there's no beat making, so, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. What is a beat? A miserable pile of presets. Seems fitting. Okay, hold on one sec. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more interesting while not doing the same things that I always do every time. So. thing about the Bitwig grid is that it doesn't have like some basic built-in effects like reverb and compression and a couple of other things, but it's got other modules in it that are very handy and convenient. I don't like that in the grid you have to like manually connect all of the routing, whereas with Faceplan it's already kind of made up. But I think that learning one, you're going to learn how to use the other, if that makes sense. Alright, let's try to ride the Zen mode as long as we can. Keep doing the wrong one. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Jeez. trying a new thing where I have a bass line, then I use the same sequence on another track and mix in a high pass texture layer with the bass line. That's what I'm not unfamiliar with that. That's what I did for Doppelgangster, but I think that something I've been trying to take inspiration from is just having like a cool bunch of little you're fine. Little musical bits without necessarily like doing too much sampling and stuff, or trying to figure out how to come up with some musical ideas of my own that have a lot more diversity. I don't know if you guys listen to Saruda or not, but I wanted to put together something that's not quite as lo-fi as Saruda, but something that still has the same spirit of the hip-hop and the changing parts within a short time period. Yeah, hold on one second. There's a tune that I'm really inspired by right now. And I've known about Saruda since before Chi, but him and Chi are like best friends. And really just this whole scene, I love everybody that makes music in this, like between like Cage and Zayn and the Saturate crew, and then and Chi and Saruda, Great Dane, John Casey, like all those guys are so inspiring. Account. Check for available downloads. I don't think that I downloaded the albums yet. I think they're just on my phone, but because these should be these are old. Yeah, I don't have this downloaded yet, but let me see what tune this is called. Hold on one second. Saw a live stream. Dim South saw a live stream last night. Simple sequencing. Oh yeah, I think the Saturate guys went live. But let me see what tune this is that I've been listening to. It's so good. It's called Dragon of the Darkness Flame from Saruda. It's Dragon of the Darkness Flame. Really inspired by that tune right now. I really want to like start referencing stuff and like have like a thing in here, but I haven't really figured out how I want to do that, because something I've been running into lately is just being like, all right, I'll listen to something and then I'll open up a blank canvas and forget about it. But I find that sometimes the more that I like stick kind of close to what it is that I had in mind, the easier it is for me to follow through on a track. Like Seance was based off of Craven from Chi, and I had the reference tune in the DAW while I was listening to it. But I can't do that on stream because of the copyright issue. But even still, like, I don't know, I need to find a middle ground between being like, all right, I need a musical direction or like some way to get some cool samples or something, or some kind of musical stuff. But that helps a lot in figuring out how to like make a swingy, wonky beat and know what kind of music is going to go on top of that, or like have a direction or a direct inspiration to make some kind of plucky donk or whatever. I'm stupid. For a split second I thought I heard, "Hey, Alckemy is here in the chat." I may have said that. I don't remember. I'm kind of just on autopilot at the moment. Oh, I thought, hey, Alckemy's here. Okay. Sorry. not sure if I want to put that fill right there or not, but it is a fill, which is kind of cool. No, I like it too, but I don't know if it should go right there. I might want to go right there before I do some kind of switch up. I think it's fine. I'm not really worried about that right now. So I'm going to switch this one to be a more percussive layer and maybe do something to it. I think it would be good to put a neuro bass right there, so I don't really feel like making one today. I got plenty of sound design to do throughout this week, so it's fine. I'll just use one from here and toss these on and see what we get. Put it right over the kick. I wish that wherever I placed, like wherever I click on this, it would do it exactly where it's supposed to be. Is there another transient there? I don't think so. Let's get these two to play nicely together. I swear I'm hitting the right thing. I just don't know why that keeps doing that. That's a really cool. Why doesn't my oscilloscope have a pin? Because you have to do it right here. So you go to the master, and you go oscilloscope, and then you open up the window here, like this. And then it'll pop up and be really big, and then you just go pin wherever you want it to. No, but it doesn't. It actually doesn't have the pin icon. Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That sucks, though. Should probably save. I don't know why I use this shape so much, but it seems to work pretty well, so. Usually it works pretty well. Hey, Kaplam. How are you, dude? Happy Monday, bro. How's everything going? Just been working on some ideas in the studio. Dope. Wish I could. I probably can, but I really just want to isolate those chords. Maybe some chorus. It's a bit much. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Kind of like that, so maybe like a I don't think that this is doing a good job of detecting the key, because that does not sound like what it's supposed to be, but that was not meant to rhyme either. But even still, I'm sure I can come up with some. It's a really nice chord. Actually, even though that's not in key, I kind of like that. Should have just selected all those at once and it's fine. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Struggle bus in here with keyboard commands. I really like that. I think I'm gonna just turn that down a bit and use a different. I was thinking about like adding some kind of just making it super quiet. What just happened? Oh, I pushed D. That's gonna be way off, but it's okay. I don't really know if I want that to be so percussive. I think I just want it to be kind of funky. just a slight amount, but not super donkish. Yeah, this stuff in the back is still way too loud. And even for this is super quiet, but it's okay. I'm just gonna try to pull back on the kick now. I lied. Well, I didn't lie, but I'm just going to... I forgot that the sidechain setup is a whole different beast, so I'm just going to not do this. And just automate that instead. I might even just do a different kick, but I think it's okay for now. Just put the kicks on there and then I'll figure it out later. usually use super simple waveforms in general. Unless if like it's really hard to get like really good sounds out of complex waveforms, to be honest. I think it's just kind of having fun and like throwing some different ideas together. Because that's all I'm really trying to do is just kind of be like, all right, well, what does this sound like? It doesn't really make sense, but who cares? This doesn't really make sense, but who cares? Not really. time. See if anything is tonal in here. Probably do that. Perfect. How do I want to do this? I probably could have just used a pitch shifter and moved that over time, but it's fine. Hey Matt, how's it going, bro? It's an 808 verse singing. It's okay, I'm just exploring right now. I'm looking for, like, I might change this, but just something different. But what I was hoping to find through this was just some kind of little tonal thing. Or maybe something that's tonal but not tonal. Or maybe even yeah, I find that the harmonic split is really just like samey with lasery sounds and stuff, though, because it's not. Probably want to use the odd sounds, but yeah, maybe we can try it on the evens. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. When I say tonal, just something that you can detect that the pitch is rising. I don't mean something that's necessarily in key. think for these two to play nicely together, there needs to be some kind of pitch bend with this. Yeah, because that way it creates like a really nice contrast in between the two. So I'm going to duplicate this here and change this into a faster Hey, no worries, dude. Thanks so much for coming in. Take care of yourself. Pretty sure I got some other... Let's see what's going on here. Trying to make it fit within the aesthetic of like being pretty chill. But at the same time, I also don't really care, so I'm just kind of writing and continuing to enjoy the process. But we've got 3 different sections that we wrote, so... Maybe just have it right here. I thought there might be something cool with that, but I don't know. I'm making really weird shit and it's kind of different, so, you know, it's not the typical, like... I'm just going to take this chord. I don't really think it matters, but I'm just gonna let this play and see if anything interesting comes about. Whoa. What happened there? That's like so much louder than everything else. Alright, cool. We got a little beat that has a bunch of different moving parts, and it's relatively simple, but, you know, we stuck through it and kept making moves, and I think that's what was really important for me, was to just not give a shit and just keep making different parts and have fun with different sections and all that. I'm gonna cut this piece up right here. Enjoyable little tune. Thanks, dude. There's a lot of different directions that we can go with these ideas, but shit. Hey, Surreal. How are you? We just did a bunch of sketching today, so not really anything crazy, but lots of fun. There's a lot of little details and stuff that I could probably fill in, but we made the tune in like 3 hours, which is not bad. yeah, so I mean, we did the thing. This is kind of cool and kind of easy to listen to, and nothing super crazy, but we got some minutes of music written in one go. Does anybody have any questions about anything or anything else of the sort? Longer than live. 3 hours. One second. Yeah, about 3 hours and 10 minutes. That's not bad. Excuse me. I suppose I should try to make these kind of loud. I did almost no mixing, and so they probably sound like shit, but I'm also making music in these little headphones, so it was kind of cool just to like alleviate from having to make super serious stuff and make crazy sounds work and all that. But I kind of just wanted to get back into the groove of putting some sounds together. And I think that the kicks and snares and stuff were pretty cool, but I'm gonna do like 1 dB of that and 2 dBs of that and see if I can get away with crunching this a little harder. But yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of just having fun taking different approaches to making things that are musical but relatively simple and hopefully have like a nice groove. I definitely didn't get the kind of groove that I wanted, but even still, it's okay. I wanted stuff to be like, it bounces, or at least the first track or the first idea bounces, which is kind of cool. But I really like this idea of making stuff, of like just figuring out different and wonky beats just to keep making beats and not worry about creating this like insanely cohesive thing. And that's what I get from Saruta, which I think is really cool, is that like he puts a lot of abstract and ideas that aren't supposed to go together. But you know what? The other thing that I think he might do that I wouldn't be surprised is if he just makes like really short beats with different projects and then fades them together into one song. I don't think he does that with every tune, but I think that a lot of his older stuff, like Move definitely seemed like it was it definitely seemed like it was a bunch of different like beats, and then he took one hook of, or like one like chord progression or something with a bunch of different stuff and figured out how to like make it in like, and took those clips basically and essentially merged his projects. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, but that's one thing to do that we could try at some point, which could be kind of fun, is to just make a bunch of different kind of beats and like put them together and see if we can make them somewhat cohesive. But I don't like using session view because I work in audio a lot and I'd have to work in MIDI. And I like doing little cuts and stuff like this that kind of mute everything else. Yeah, the problem with session view is that it gets really difficult to like do anything outside of just loops. Like it's really difficult to make like arrangement chops that are unique. I guess it's not. I wouldn't want to do that though. I'd have to rethink a lot of stuff and that would be really annoying. I love a whole album that all songs have to do with some idea and they blend to tell a story. I feel some people do that. Yeah, that's called a concept album. Look up John Hopkins. That's a really good example of that. He's like the epitome of XYZ, whatever. But yeah, I guess I could. I guess like as opposed to just having like one clip here, it would all have to be in MIDI though, or I'd have to like make it on the timeline and then drag it into audio, which I don't really want to do that, but it might sound like a challenge I could try in another stream. Doing what? The session view, or making a bunch of different beats and then trying to merge them into a single project? I feel like, excuse me, I feel like it would be a mixing nightmare. But Actually, no, I know how I could pull it off. Huge collage. Maybe a challenge to though on the NPC. No, that would be even worse. Working with the session view only or together with linear view. Yeah, maybe I'll try it Wednesday. But the thing with an NPC workflow is you'd have to break it into scenes, and you could just like duplicate each scene and then make it into one thing or whatever. But that's not really a whole lot different than just composing in the NPC in the first place, which I've done. But I find that the best way that I like to work in the NPC is to just create loops and create different variations of the same loop and then bounce them into pads and then just perform that, because that way I can perform a whole dynamic story, if you will. But yeah. Yeah, maybe I can do like a kick snare pattern and leave that in MIDI with a drum rack, and then I could have some groove ideas that I print to audio. So that would be a fucking pain in the ass, which would defeat the purpose of doing it in the first place. But or I suppose I could have a percussive group or a percussion group that I can throw into a sampler and then do like 2 bars of that, and then yeah, I guess I could. I just like working in audio. It's so much more flexible. I would prefer to work with if I was going to work in session view, I'd prefer to work with audio loops. But I don't know. I don't know if you all noticed, but there's a reason why hardly anybody works in session view, and that's because it's super limiting with like creating like unique beats. You know, if you're just gonna do something that's gonna run like a 4/4 thing or whatever, then you know it's okay. But when you're trying to have like really dynamic beats that have like intricate moving parts in the in between, but still some kind of overall theme, like it's not impossible to do in Bitwig, and in fact, it would probably be the easiest to do that. But still, you'd have to like curate the beats inside of arrangement view, and then go back and do that, because you're essentially limiting your tools, right? You're limiting your tools because you can't use, uh, like let's say I wanted the same beat, like boom, book, duka, boom, 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 book, and then right here I wanted some kind of fill or reverse fill or something. It'd suck ass because I'd have to figure out how to do that within session view or make a whole nother clip just for that. Someone worked with two simultaneously. You can arrange the blocks from session view, mold it, and put it back into session. Keep arrangement clean. Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun to me. Could use those between scenes. It does have modulation clips though. I feel like it's aimed at people looping from hardware to DAW. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it feels like it's like a live looping thing more than creating like an intricate piece of music. It's meant for repetition, and there's nothing wrong with repetition, but like you got to realize that it heavily simplifies. Um, yeah, it heavily simplifies the thing. I think the best way to do things, honestly, is to have maybe like a kick and snare rack, and then a percussion rack, and then your bass, melody, whatever, and just come up with as many musical ideas as you can to get these to work together. And then what you do is then you drag them out and then you print them and start to do like the change ups and stuff. But even still, I don't know if I would want to do that. I don't know. If anybody remembers, because I'll be live tomorrow, then let me know or remind me. I'm not going to write this down because I kind of want to forget. I don't even want to try this, to be honest, but I will. But yeah, it just doesn't. Seems like a lot of extra work. I suppose I could leave my kicks and snares in Faceplant as well and use those as different tracks, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Anywho, you guys, much love. I'm gonna go spend some time with my grandparents. They're leaving Wednesday, so I have tomorrow with them, but I'm gonna be live tomorrow, and it's 8 o'clock over here. But much love to you guys, and I will be live every day this week, just about. And yeah, if you guys want to check out Eternum 5 or book a lesson with me, then I would love you for that. Eternum 5 is dope. It's got some really great sounds in it, and there's a whole demo review on it. But yeah, be well, everybody. Much love. Go subscribe to Frequent because he streamed earlier today. I need to get Cage on here more as well, but they're still on the whole Twitch thing. I don't know. We'll see what's up. But anywho, much love, guys. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.